What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I know this is a totally different reaction, but I want to try something a little different. A lot of you guys have been asking about it. What is my impression of Diablo 4? We just had the closed beta. I purchased the game. I went to the gold edition because I've been a big fan of Diablo 4. To give you guys kind of a little background of my area in Diablo, I played Diablo 1, 2, and 3. My favorite one has been Diablo 2. I can't tell you how many hours I have in that game, from making the Barbarian to a Javazon and just a Paladin. I mean, the list goes on. The Druid, the Assassin, playing Diablo 2 and Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction, running the Soulstone over and over, try to kill Baal, try to get the best drops, Mephisto runs. I mean, the list just goes on how many stuff you can do in Diablo 2. And then following after that will probably Diablo 1, and then Diablo 3 was probably my least favorite. But now we have a brand new game coming out, Diablo 4, which drops, I believe, June 6th on all the platforms, PC, Xbox, and PS5, obviously. And I want to kind of give you guys my first initial impression of it. So, playing the game, I started off with the Barbarian. Obviously, the Barbarian, if you guys have ever played it before, Barbarian is kind of, dual wielding, jumping across the screen, very famous for the whirlwind and the shouts, giving the parties buffs. And then more with the Amazon. I really like the Amazon. The Rogue feels very clean, very nice. So playing with the Barbarian, I just wasn't really feeling it. So then I switched my gameplay over to a Rogue, hardcore mode. I think when it comes out to Diablo, I think when Diablo 4 comes out, I'm gonna go hardcore mode just to make the game a little more exciting. Me playing Escape from Tarkov, there's kind of that huge risk reward aspect to the game. And when I played Diablo 4 in a hardcore mode, it was actually kind of fun, just because when I'm about to die, if I fucking die, that's game. That's it. There's no more. I can't come back. I lose everything I lost for. Kind of like that same reminiscent of Escape from Tarkov. And, if you have, a nice M1A loaded with M61 or whatever, and you die, you lose all that gear. So a lot of people out there might think I'm crazy, but I think it just adds more excitement to the game. I'm at a point now in my life where I think it's kind of worth risking it all when you're playing a game like this. So getting back to the Rogue, I thought the Rogue gameplay was pretty good. Once again, be straightforward. I did not get to level 25. I got 3 kids and a wife and a full-time career. So me sitting down and try to grind out the beta for level 25, it just isn't realistic. But I got to level 11 with the Rogue. Got to play a little bit, did a couple dungeons. And the biggest thing that I would say that I love about this game is, one, the environment. With Diablo 3, I felt like they got away from what was so great about Diablo 2, which was the environment, the dark tone that the game gave the player. Obviously, this game is more immersive, and that is one of the key things I love about it. Number 2, I loved how easy it was for my friends to jump in and join me on my adventure, right? So nowadays, when it comes to multiplayer, you want the easiest, fastest, convenient way to group up with your party, right? That was one of the biggest things I really loved about the beta. And the third thing, I made a clan. It was very easy to send invites and go through basically people who wanted to join the clan. So I really like that. And, obviously with the itemization, all the other stuff that's coming into the game, I really haven't dived into that really. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos, mostly Asmongold's reaction video of his first impression of Diablo 4, but I think I'm going to save that for another video down the line. I just want to kind of get on here and give you guys my first impression of getting my hands on the private beta. I've actually played Diablo 4 back in BlizzCon before COVID destroyed it. And I played as a Druid, and the Druid was kind of almost like the original Druid from Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction. Not as fast as the Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction. And obviously, this Druid seems to have more of a spell casting where it can do both. Spell cast, almost kind of like a hybrid between a shapeshifter and a caster, like a sorcerer. So it'll be interesting to see. Obviously, they have the new beta, the open beta, coming up this weekend, where they're going to allow, I believe it's the Druid, the Necromancer, and I believe the Barbarian and the Rogue and the Sorcerers are going to be available. I might check this one out. I'm not sure, but I just want to kind of get on here and give you guys my first impression of the Diablo 4 private beta. I hope you guys like this video. I know it's something totally different. This is the brand new setup with the brand new Sony FX3. Let me know what you guys think about the beta. Are you going to be doing hardcore mode when a game drops? I will be doing hardcore mode when a game drops with my Rogue. I am ready. My body's ready for the the toughness that the game is going to bring, and I'm looking forward. So far, let's hope Blizzard does a good job with the launch of the game. That's why they do the beta, to see if the servers can uphold all of the stuff. Oh, one last thing. I think going forward, obviously, the biggest thing with Diablo 4 is, what is the end game of Diablo 4? Right? What is the end game of Diablo 4? So if you go back and look at its predecessors, if you look at Diablo 2, you look at Diablo 3. Diablo 2's end game was basically, you got to level 99, you beat the game on, Nightmare, Hell, and Inferno, and then you will continue to run Mephisto runs, Diablo runs, and then you would run Baal runs. And then you do the cow level. That was essentially the end game of Diablo 2. I think we do a little PvP and continue to run the same ones, Mount Ariat for the Harriet Helm and the Storm Shield, looking for the best gear of the game. And then once you get the best gear in the game, that was kind of it. And then that was pretty much it, rinse and repeat. You go to Diablo 3, you have the Rift system, right? After you beat the game through all the acts and the difficulty, you would have the Rift system where you're getting that item that dropped that was did 9,999 damage, which is absolutely insane. So what is the end game going to look like in Diablo 4? Right? I think the game is going to be able to, the game has got to have a great in-game system. If you look at all the great MMOs out there, World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy 14, the game, the list just goes on. It's always based on the in-game. You look at a game like New World, the in-game wasn't as good as everybody thought it would be, which the game kind of suffered from it. So I think Diablo 4, as of right now, I would probably give it an 8 out of 10. I'm just kind of curious what the end game is going to be. So if the end game is going to be more playable, which I'm hoping it will, then you can see Diablo 4, being one of the greatest games that came out of Blizzard so far. So I just want to get that little rant in there. So if you guys like this little my breakdown of the first private beta, please leave a like, subscribe, and also leave a comment, because I'm always going through reading that stuff. And we'll see you guys in the next video.